Alright, so this is the lecture number 7 in our DSA series, and we are solving the basic problems for now. And in this problem, what we will see, we will print a number in a reverse order. So let us see what the logic I'm going to apply. And first of all, I would like to, hear your approach, what you can try. So you should try, each problem by yourself. And if you are done with your thinking, so let us watch my solution. So let us see, first of all, what is the exact question. So what we are going to see a problem called reverse a number or print a number in a reverse order. Reverse number is different actually. So let us erase it. Print number in reverse order. In reverse. Reverse number is different. I would be explaining that also. Do not worry on that part. So reverse print in reverse order. Let us say n. So the question is, you would be provided a number. Let us say n. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you will have to do, you will have to print this number in this way. You would have to print 6, then 5, or then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So you have to print number in this way. Fine. So first of all, as usual, I want you to try this question at your own. Like this is a 90% related to the previous one which we have seen. Fine. So the previous one was counting the digits. Fine. So if you are done with your thinking, then we can continue from here. So my solution is, let us say you have been provided this number. Then I told you that if we have a number 1, 2, 3, and if we will divide this number with 10, then we would get 1. But I also told you one point, if we will take this remainder of, this number with 10, then we would get 3. So 3. And if we would take remainder of 10 with of 12, then we would get 2. And if we would get remainder of 1 with 10, then we would get 1. So can you see a pattern? We are getting 3 first, then 2 first, then 1 first. Same order we have to print. So the logic is, see the logic very carefully. I hope till now you got the logic, but still let me explain here is, let us say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So take the remainder of this number by 10, print the remainder, and divide this number with 10, so that you can, next time you can take remainder of this, so that you can print 1 and print 5. Next time you can print 4, next time you can print 3, 2, 1. So this is the logic which we have to follow. So let us see this into action also. So as you can see, I am taking input from the user. Let us erase this. What you have to do, you have to take the remainder, and I also forget one point here. Till when you have to do, till the numbers does not become 0. Till you have to, if the number is not 0, that means there is a digit into this number which is which is left to print. So if the number is 0, then you have to break yourself. We can do this problem using for loop, and we can do this problem using while loop. It's up to you, whatever you want to use. So I'm using while loop. Till n is not 0, n is the number which we would be given into the input. So till n is not 0, then what we will do, we will calculate the remainder of n with 10. And first of all, we would print the remainder. Let us use this code. So first of all, print the remainder. And after printing remainder, what we have to do, we have to divide n with 10 and assign into 10. So this, what this statement look like, if you don't know, but many people used to know this, but if in case you don't know, so what it is similar to n divided by 10, which we have seen in my previous video. So firstly it will divide n with 10 and will assign into n also. So this is the shortcut way to write this statement. So this is nothing but, do not confuse with this, this is just a shortcut. So look at here very carefully what we are doing. Let us see, we were having 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have taken, the remainder of 1, 2, 3 with 10. What we would get? We would get 3. We got remainder 3 and we have printed it. Now we have divided, you can see we have divided 1, 2, 3 with 10. Divide 1, 2, 3 with 10, you would get 12. And assign 12 into n again, so that we can again take remainder. Now this is, this is done. And again loop will come here, we'll check again. If 12 is greater than 0, yes it is. So it will take again remainder of 12 with 10. This time we would get 2 and we will print that. And now we will again divide 12 with 10. So now we would get 1. And when assign 1 into n again it will come here. Again 1 is greater than 0. Fine. So again 1 is greater than 0, take remainder of 1 with 10. So again we would get 1, we would print 1, and now we would again divide 1 with 10. This time we would get 0. You would divide 1 with 10, obviously you are going to get 0. Fine. So now it will come here, it will check whether 0 is greater than 0. No, it's not. So it will come here and end the program. So that is how you are going to get your answer. Let us see this into action also, whether this is working or not. So you should, let us, you have this input, so you should get in the reverse order. Fine. So you should get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, we have provided this input. So this was from previous one. So as you can see, we are getting 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So instead of printing each line, I can use simple print method, so that it can print output in the sequential way. Do not break the line each time. Simply print the output one by one. So this way we would be able to print the output in as a number. As you can see, like this we would be, so like this we would be able to print the output in this manner, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let us run it, and I hope it should work, because we just have modified the print method, nothing else. Yes, it is working, as you can see. So this was the logic for printing the numbers into reverse order. I hope you got the logic, and it was really simple. If you have seen the previous video of counting digit into a number, that was really a similar question. And upcoming videos I'm going to discuss the type of questions only. So do continue to watching the series, and so let us meet on the next one. Thank you.